All right, everyone, make another video. I am itching to go fishing. I went to the Ultimate Fishing Show here in Novi, and it was awesome. It honestly blew my expectations out of the water. It was fun. It was cool to kind of sort through lures. If you want to watch that video, I did kind of like a recap of the Ultimate Fishing Show in Novi. I'll put the link down below. But today, because of that, I am itching to find some more lures. In one of my videos of prepping for spring fishing, I did a video going to Walmart and checking out some of the lures there. I am writing down a list of lures that you guys have suggested, so I'll have those comments pop up while we're at Walmart. I'm bringing the list with me so I can read it there and make sure I get the names right and what we're looking for. There's a lot of not just general listings of lures, like for example from Bruce, he says, I like red and orange crankbaits and jigs for spring, for early spring. I do have some, I think I have like one, actually, I don't know if I have any red lures for spring. I had a lipless crank cotton cordell, but I lost that in a pond and I haven't bought any more. So the only really the red lure I have right now is the cross-side chatterbait. So I may look at some for those. But then also, again, when we went to the fishing show, there was a lot of lures that I want to get, but then also one that was specific that Mark Zona really kind of promoted was the Baby Z2. And I don't know if Walmart has them, but we're going to look anyway. So I have a list here. I'm gonna write some more down, and then I'm gonna head to Walmart, and we're gonna go hang out and maybe pick up some more lures for spring. Again, if you guys have any suggestions for lures, make sure you guys write them down in the comments down below. And if I see some comments that I didn't look for in this video, we'll go back out. I'll showcase your comment, and we'll look for your lure that you suggested. Let's go lure shopping. All right, so we're at Walmart. I don't know where you guys are in the world, but here in Michigan, or at least where I'm at, it is. I saw it last at 7 degrees, but it feels like -9. So let's get inside Walmart. So since I was at the Ultimate Fishing Show, I've been like craving to go fishing, and I have just been looking online and looking at lures and looking at all the fun stuff that we could get for spring. And I said I wouldn't do any challenges, and I probably won't, but I am in need of some more lures just to put in my tackle box and store for a couple months. So let's go to lures. Home sweet home. All right, let's look and see if we can find anything cool. And I actually brought my list so I can look at the comments you guys wrote for suggested lures. So let's look. All right, so my first lure is from Jim Sanders, who suggested the Mepps number 5 spinner. So let's see if we can look for it. I haven't seen it before, but might as well give it a shot and see if we can find it. So I don't know where Mepps would be, but this is kind of generally where all of the spinners are. And I mean, the War Eagle is always nice. This is the one that I actually saw at the Ultimate Fishing Show in all gold. But I don't know if I've ever seen a Mepps. This one actually kind of looks new. The KVD, Kevin Van Dam spinnerbait here. This looks new. Definitely am digging it. But otherwise, I don't know if there's any other spots with spinnerbaits. I did have somebody comment. I'll throw it up, but I can't remember who. Always, oh, Mepps. Okay, here's Mepps. Spinner baits. I don't know if he was meant like spinner baits or like the spoons. I'm not really 100% sure. I'm sure he meant spinners, but because somebody did suggest a black spoon. Can never go wrong with a black spoon, but I've never used one. They're a little light for my line, but I don't see any other Mepps spinners or Mepps in general besides the tails. And if this is what you were talking about, then let me know in the comments. But we're gonna head now to the next lure. All right, so Loco Dragon actually suggested a few, but one I wrote down was the Berkley Stunna Jerk. So we're gonna see if we can find that. I'm pretty sure I saw Stunna somewhere, and I'm pretty sure you suggested it because it was here. Oh, nope, that's not it. But let's turn you around and see if we can find it. So here's Berkley. Put my list away. Here's Berkley, bunch of Berkley. Stunna. I saw this one, but that's, I mean, if that's it, the Berkley Stunna, that's a rather big lure. And for $14, I don't know if I'm necessarily interested in that. Do like that it's 3 to 6, but for $14, I don't know if I can wrap my head around it. Also, I'm noticing all these lures look like they were wet, so I don't know what happened, but I don't know if there's a different Stunna and I'm just missing it. I'll keep looking, but I don't see another stunabait. And if that's it, unfortunately, that $15 lure is way out of my price range. All right, we're gonna move to the next lure. All right, so the third one that I wrote down was by Gerald Everett, and he suggested the Googan Clutch lipless, which they have a bunch of them here. And he said the shotgun shad and the sexy shad. I'll show you those. I know exactly which ones those are. I've actually thought about the shotgun one, but the sexy shad reminds me of the lure I just got, which is the Strike King sexy shad. So the sexy shad for both of those almost look similar. So I probably will just stick with the Strike King, but I'll show you guys the shotgun shad. So these are all the Googan clutches here. I'm actually a really big fan of this one. Definitely like the bluegill look on that. But this is the shotgun shad right here. Kind of like the pellets there. And then there's the sexy shad. So sexy shad, let's put it right here. And red-eyed sexy, is this the sexy shad? Red-eyed shad, chartreuse. I don't remember it being chartreuse. So here are the sexy shads, the Googan and the Strike King. Obviously you can see some similarities. Obviously they're a little bit different too. Even have the orange bottom, you know, things like that. But I actually think the Googan Squad is almost $7 and the Strike King one is $6. So for $1 less, I mean, I'm probably going Strike King anyway, but I mean, that's why I'm kind of not really interested in the sexy shad. But I definitely do think the shotgun shad is definitely one I'm interested in. I love the holographic look to it. But I mean, really, I don't know if I necessarily need any more really like white rattle traps, because with the red-eyed shad, I'll probably keep and just use that as my weapon of choice right now. And then as I use it and I tend to like it, then I'll probably get another one, maybe a similar lure, but maybe a different style, maybe like the clutch shotgun shad. I know I was saying the shotgun shad too, but like this one actually, so it's called the Ghost Gill, and primarily in my lakes and ponds, bluegill are the bait fish. You know, I don't really have shad, I don't think. So this one actually would be really fire. I like it a lot actually, but again, $7 for a lure. So the final one on my list I have from Dom. I think it's Dom Outdoors. Can't even read my handwriting. But he suggested an Ozark Trail black top dark chrome lipless crank. And unfortunately, I have not seen any other really new style of lures here that are Ozark Trail. I have a few here we can kind of go over, but I haven't seen any new ones. So I'll flip you guys around and show you what I do have, but I have not seen a dark chrome lipless crank, unfortunately, from Ozark Trail. But I do notice they have some new boxes for the lure, so hopefully that means maybe some new stock is coming in, but I'll turn you guys around. All right, so these are the lures from Ozark Trail that I have. The only lipless crank I have from Ozark Trail is this, but otherwise, I mean, that's it. I mean, I have my minnows, the poppers, the little mini minnow jerk, but otherwise that is it. I mean, really, I have the rattle traps, like the, you know, lipless crank rattle traps here, chrome, full chrome, but then again, I could just go with a cotton cordell. They have a cotton cordell, but this was a little bit smaller. This is a, see, this is a 3/16, so that's pretty small. There is a bigger one, maybe like a 1/4 ounce. Yeah, 1/4 ounce right here. So this one's kind of got like a little blue chrome to it. I have the full chrome, which is about I think that's a 1/4 ounce as well. But unfortunately, the Ozark Trail lures have not been filled up with anything new. As you guys may know, I'm a huge fan of the jerkbaits, and they have the hit sticks here, which the only thing I don't like, I am a fan of the suspended. These are floating, but for $6.50, I mean, these look pretty good. You got like the holographic chrome, you got the chartreuse, got some bright colors there, and you got some more down here. You got like a chrome, purple, you know, a little bit of orange and red, and then you have another chartreuse with a little bit more of design. But those look actually really good, and their depth are, you know, 2.5 to 6 feet, but floating. So as soon as you're done jerking that jerk bait, it's gonna float straight up to the surface. And I'm not necessarily, I mean, I guess maybe there's a little bit of maybe delay on the float, but suspended is, I have felt, been pretty money. And ooh, I really like that lure. But also, I mean, I will say with the Ozark Trail jerkbait, I mean, it's floating, but it's pretty prime time. And also, I did find these down here. These are Ozark Trail, more lures here. You got a popper, you got a rattle, you got a couple cranks, and then a jerkbait. I've seen that one before here. Now, I don't know if it's been at this Walmart, but I've seen that one before. It doesn't look that chromy, I don't think. But that's an Ozark Trail lure I have not seen before. So that's not something I've seen hanging up, but that's a good looking lure too. I looked through it to see if there was any different ones, but they're all the same. But I've also not seen that shad, and that seems like a really common design. I mean, I've seen it just kind of throughout all of these lures. You know, you have the sexy shad, you have this red-eyed sexy shad. Like, it just, they look pretty identical, so it's really just kind of pick your poison, maybe change some hooks out. But nonetheless, I mean, oh no, there it is. Look at that. Speak of the devil, there she is. But nonetheless, that for 10 bucks, that's actually not a bad little Ozark Trail find, because again, typically I think a lot of the Ozark Trail lures come with eagle claw hooks too, so that's pretty good. So again, speaking on like how lures look almost identical to each other, I'm sure there is some quality difference, right? Like, I know there is, but that lure right there you can find at Walmart for $2.16. This lure right here is $10. So really, like, maybe get that lure and find out that you like this style lure before you jump into something like this. I mean, $10 for this is insane. But I know for a fact the paint job does chip, because I have the white lure in this style and it's already chipping. I'm sure this is definitely better quality, but for $10, that's mind-blowing. I mean, they're pretty dang identical. So unfortunately, I don't see anything new other than maybe the Kevin Van Dam spinners. I don't know if those are new or not, but they look pretty new to me. I haven't seen those before. But I'm gonna kind of look around, and then when I get back, I'll show you guys what I get. All right, so it is absolutely freezing outside. It is unhealthy to be outside right now. So unfortunately, a couple of the suggestions, I could not find those items. Like, for example, the Ozark Trail chrome and black rattle, I think it was, and the stunner I saw, I don't know if that's the exact same stunner you were suggesting, but that was like $15, and that's crazy. But I will say I got a few things, 2 things to be exact. One suggestion was bright color stuff, red, stuff like that. I did actually go with the red-eyed shad, red here. I want the orange craw. I know this one is pretty good too. I watch a lot of people use this one as well. And then I actually got something that was kind of out of the ordinary for me, but I think I really want to try to get into it and figure it out and you know, learn from it. It wasn't too expensive, and it's different for me. So I actually got the Strike King swim jig like bundle here. It comes with the swim jig and then 2 Rage Tail Menace trailers inside. So we can actually open this up, because I'll actually put it into my tackle box anyway. I got the 1/2 ounce jig, and this was, I think, $4 for a jig and 2 trailers to use for it. So, you know, honestly, I don't find that to be a terrible deal. So we can kind of check it out. So here's the jig. I got the natural color, the swim jig here. I got a natural bluegill here. You guys can kind of see it. See if it picks it up here. I don't know how well that is for you guys, but yeah, so I have a chatterbait that almost looks identical to this styling. You know, it's got like hints of red, it got the white bottom, so like it's identical. So these might even be made in the same area. The chatterbaits and this one looks identical. The skirts look the same. Weedless, which is nice. And then it comes with the 2 Rage, what are they? The Rage Menace trailers. So it comes with 2 of these. So that's pretty cool. And this was, I think it was $3.97 with tax, $3.74 with tax. So it really wasn't that bad. You know, a jig, I was looking at, I think it was like a heavy cover jig by Strike King, and that was like $4 and some change, maybe $5. And this one, honestly, like this will work perfect. It'll be something new for me. The reason why I got this was to have it for the lake that I've only caught really 1 fish at, lost my whopper plopper at to a pike, and it has a lot of cover. There's a lot of weeds, a lot of grass, and so I want to really try to do this. I was going to get some line, but I think that's down the road. I'll get some braid and some fluorocarbon as we get closer to spring. But I figured, you know what, these 2 options were great, I think, for spring, and really thinking for this for the lake that has a ton of weeds and a ton of grass. So again, thank you guys for the suggestions. Keep them coming. Keep the lures coming. Keep the suggestions coming. And let me know what you guys think of these 2 suggestions here. You can find them. This was $6, and this was, again, $374 for the jig and two trailers. So, I mean, obviously the trailers, really you're paying $374 for the jig, but to get these with it automatically, it's kind of just a little nice bundle. So again, good guys, thank you so much for watching. And again, if you enjoyed this content, make sure you guys like and subscribe. We are on the road to 500 subscribers. My goal is to hit 500 subscribers before spring. Again, make sure you guys hit that thumbs up. It's free. Hit the subscribe if you enjoyed this content, and I'll see you guys soon. Thanks for watching.